Hallelujah. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh Melech, La'olam Melech, Israel, the God, King of the universe, King of Israel. Right back at it with another Monday morning quarterback session. Live with our group in Ben Israel.
Shalom, Israel.
Yes, sir. So look, y'all see the title we going over. You understand? Work, fiery trial, and the faith. Going over the faithful martyrs. You dig? Dealing with our people. Some of our people have situational belief. As soon as certain things go wrong for them, they get to panicking. He lose a job. He lose a spouse. He lose money. And he's not down with the Most High, the Creator, owner, and possessor of all things anymore because of his situation. You understand? That's one thing that's consistent throughout the scriptures, from what's called the Old Testament or the New Testament, is the Most High required that you have strong belief, a strong faith in serving him. You understand? Just like you expect for your children. You expect for your children to have full faith in what it is that they ask you to do for them. You understand? You expect your children to have full faith. Them babies go to bed not tripping off what they're gonna eat, what they're gonna put on for tomorrow. You understand? What they gonna sleep at. They ain't tripping off none of that. Babies ain't tripping off none of that. The babies in spirit believe totally in what their parents are going to provide for them. You understand? So when we look at that and the Most High allow us to be parents, why don't we have the same understanding when it comes to, you understand, when it comes to our God, our power, our Elohim, however you want to say it. So y'all see the title. We going over work, fiery trial, and faith, which all comes with it. You say you got faith, then the work's supposed to follow.
Through the fiery trial.
Through them fiery trials, because you gonna have them. You understand? Anything you want to say, Akru?
Hey, that's just about it. You know what I'm saying? Getting up to the list. First, I want to say shalom to the family out there, though. All praise due to the Most High. We heard do another Monday morning quarterback.
That's right.
Yeah, but they're most definitely going over the faith. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of our people, we get out to various situations where the faith wavers fast. You know what I'm saying? And just knowing for sure what faith itself is. I stay devoted, dedicated to that faith. You know what I'm saying? What works follow behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fiery darts, because you get fiery situations. It get heavy, the pressure get thick. You know what I'm saying? Once the pressure get thick, then what lies for your faith? You know what I'm saying? So, no doubt.
Real talk. You say, boy, so thick you can chop it with an axe.
Yeah.
You know exactly what's going on.
No pressure plus pipes.
Yep. Or pressure form diamonds, man, to make you great. You feel me? Pressure either greater you break what you can't handle. You understand? So we gotta understand that, yeah, we understand it's commandments. We understand, the history of the scripture. You feel me? A lot of it's cosmetic now because it's outward. But when that faith comes, that belief, that's the trying of them inwards. What you really believe. Once that comes, and it's like, dang, dog, I lost my job. So what, you don't believe in the Most High no more? Like, what's the problem?
No doubt.
Dang, man, my relationship dissolved. What, you don't believe in the Most High? Like, what's the problem? I been put on child support. My woman, you don't believe in the Most High no more? What's the problem? We've been talking about King Solomon and some of these secret societies since last week. We got another Sabbath class. She'll be posting up on the channel later on today or maybe tomorrow or whatever. But trip off this, man. You're dealing with a man that the Most High appeared to twice. You feel me? Gave him wisdom, glory, riches, honor, and everything. And for him to make a conscious decision to serve the devil. You feel me? To please his spouse or his women. You understand? The scripture say the Most High got angry at Solomon for that, man. And said, boy, I would have killed you had not David been your father. I'd have laid you flat for that. You see what I'm saying? So there is no excuse, even when you say, well, he was old and he was long in the tooth. That don't mean nothing. We're going to go over scripture today about Elder Eleazar, who was 90.
Yeah.
You understand? Man was 90 years old. And he said, hey, old age ain't a reason for you to dissemble. You feel me? I believe in the Most High, and I'm taking that belief or that faith to the grave. So we're going to go over the work, the fiery trial, and the faith. You feel me? Because all those are what's called, they call it interdependent. When elements depend on one another to survive. You feel me? It's impossible for you to have faith without work, and it's impossible for you to work without going through a fiery trial. Impossible.
No.
If you believe this, you're going to be put to the test.
It actually shows faith. You know, when you're going through a fiery trial and you stay on the path, you know what I'm saying? You don't let your faith waver.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a situation as you're going through right now, and majority of the time it's hush time. You know, making itself known. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're gonna go through a situation. Well, I mean, hey, it could be a trial.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High seen you through a trial, like a gold going trying through the fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, whichever way it is, it would be for us to keep the faith. You know what I'm saying? No doubt.
Keep the faith, man. And think about it, dealing with the Most High power. Like before you go through your trial and after, He already know the outcome. So you going through your trial is for you to realize your full spiritual potential. That's what that's about. It ain't like the Most High is more wiser before you go through your trial than after. He already know. He told the devil, "I know what Job gonna do.
Yeah.
I know he down with me." But so your trial or your test is for you to realize your full spiritual potential and that connection you got with the Most High, El Elyon, the Most High Yahweh, El Elyon meaning the Most High God. You understand? It's for you to realize your spiritual potential.
No doubt. And that's a good thing for us to understand within ourselves, our spiritual potential. It's like we don't percentile ourselves. You know, we know we're not 100% at nothing. You know what I'm saying? But we don't percentile ourselves like to say, well, you know, I am this much. I need help in these ways. You know what I'm saying? This I'm pretty cool with. But this here, I need some help at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't really do that spiritually with ourselves, you know what I'm saying, to kind of figure out the balance of what we need to do for as getting ourselves together, you know, getting these certain spirits up off ourselves. You know, but yeah, I do have this spirit. This spirit is kind of heavy on me. You know, all right, this spirit I can kind of deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really too focused on like swine eating. You know, that's kind of easy for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? We kind of really get off swine eating. And then
you say, boy, immediately.
Immediately.
We start eating the swine and the freaky meats, shrimp and crab legs. Boy, we start eating them freaky meats immediately.
Straight up.
That was like, well, we ain't supposed to be eating that. Done.
Done. So that may not be nothing in the spiritual situation that's heavy on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the opposite sex, being desired by the opposite sex.
Yeah, that lust.
You know, that lustful situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now that may be heavy on certain people. You know what I'm saying? Certain people may not be heavy on. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is we percentile ourselves. You know, see where you are at with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then you grow from it. You know, get some scripture, get some wise counsel. You know what I'm saying? Grow from certain situations that's got you heavily pressed.
That's right.
You know, stay with the faith. Keep the faith. Keep it pushing.
Yeah. Yeah, real talk, bro. Excellent words, bro. Let's start this off in Matthew 19. Matthew 19. Y'all see the title, right? You see the work, the fiery trial, and the faith. All of them are interdependent, meaning they all depend on one another. To prove that you have strong faith, you're going to have to do the work of the Most High, which is keeping His charge, and you're going to have to go through a fiery trial. Period. Dot. Before others can look at you and say you have strong faith. See, that's something else today. Everybody running around claiming they got faith. But you don't even see the men in the scripture bragging about it. They like, look, you feel me? Watch your mouth because you mess around and be put through the same test that Abraham was put through. You feel me? And you know good and well you ain't even ready for that. Offer up your promised son. Huh? Cut yourself at 100 years old. Stick yourself. Circumcise yourself. Leave not only your city, but your country, everything you know, and go dwell in the middle of hostile territory. Like one of us packing up today, going to live in Yemen, some damn word, or Iran. You understand? Or somewhere over in Africa where Boko Haram got the stronghold, or ISIS. You understand? Abraham, when he was tested by the Most High, he didn't bat an eye, man. You know what he said? Out of her. What's next? Dude, go do this. Out of her. What's next? You feel me? He was waiting on his orders, man. So the proof for him to be called, and it's written in the books of heaven, the records of heaven, that Abraham is a friend or a partner of the Most High. For you to get on that level, like the scripture said, you have to try a friend, man. You can't just call everybody your friend.
No doubt.
He had to try Abraham, even though he knew the outcome, but it was for Abraham to realize his full spiritual potential. You understand? So let's get this Matthew 19, start around verse 15. Matthew 19, we'll start around verse 15. We're going to read all the way down. Y'all see the title. Let's get it done. And ask yourself, do you have situational faith, conditional faith? Or was you like, look, man, I'm all in no matter what befall me, man. I'm all in till the casket drop. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it, Hebrew.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 15.
Yeah.
And he laid his hands on them and departed thence. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
You see what he asked him? He said, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? Man, if you had any question to ask the Mashiach, the Messiah, the Christ, if you had any question to ask him, that would be your number one question.
Okay.
What do I need to do to have everlasting or eternal life? What do I need to do to live forever in righteousness? Right? Come on, Hebrew.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good?
Right.
There is none good but one.
Messiah take the humble road, which we all should take. What's good, bruh? There's none good but one. That's the Father. You know what I'm saying? What's good with you, bruh? None good. That's the Father.
Yeah.
We follow the Messiah's example, even in his responses, right? Go ahead, Hebrew.
He said, There is none good but one.
Yeah.
That is Yahweh.
Right.
But if thou wilt enter into life,
come on,
keep the commandment.
Do what?
Keep the commandment.
There's the work. There's the work. Y'all see the title, right? If you want to enter into life, step number one, you must keep the commands of the Most High, man. You must keep the charge. You wouldn't let a Negro like Creflo Dollar tell you that keeping the commandments is of the devil or it's sin. Or keeping the commandments means you in a cult like that Negro Omar down in Louisiana. You understand? Who do you follow? I follow Mashiach. Step number one is keep the commands. You want life? Keep the commands. But can't nobody keep the commandments, brother. See, that's because you lusting to not keep them. But if I ask you which commandments you can't keep, which one? What, you got a problem with stealing? You got a problem with adultery? You got a problem with idolatry? Which one you can't keep? You're going to get tight-lipped and mumble mouth because you're going to realize that, dang, I'm going to be revealing where I'm weak at. You see? So he said, if you want to enter into life, keep the commandments, man. Real simple. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 18. And he said unto him, and he said unto him, how shall I say it? Wait a minute, I'm tripping.
You should be around verse 17, 17, 18.
Verse 18. And he said unto him, which Yahweh shall say it, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You run the commandments down.
Yeah.
Right? You're supposed to keep the commandments. Don't get simple. Some people say, well, I didn't see the Sabbath on there. What's understood don't need to be explained. They grew up in a culture where they kept Shabbat, man. You understand? You can go right over to Matthew 4, and as his custom was, he went to the synagogue on the Sabbath days. You go to Acts 17, verse 3 through 17. Shaul or Paul did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Represented Mashiach on the Sabbath days. Let's not get simple. Well, we ain't got to keep the Sabbath because what's understood don't need to be explained. Like, it wouldn't be an argument about not eating swine because these brothers never ate swine.
Right.
You feel me? It's just like us talking about drink and you saying 100 years or 1,000 years from now, you're going to bring up an argument about antifreeze. Well, that would have never been us talking. We don't drink antifreeze.
No.
So that would have never been the topic on the table when we were discussing what you can drink and what you can't drink. You feel me? Even dealing with this Bible, they never ate the swine, man. You understand? They never ate the swine. So when Paul is discussing, you feel me, some shall depart from faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, commanding you to abstain from meats. He talking about those that are commanded to be vegetarians and vegans. You feel me? He ain't talking about, okay, now you can eat swine. That was never the discussion because they never ate it. You eat it. You was raised on fried bologna sandwiches and honeysuckled ham, but not them. Same with the Shabbat. They was raised doing Shabbat, man. So what's understood don't need to be explained. All right, come on, Hebrew. He said which, and he run the commandments down to him. Come on, now.
Verse 20.
Yeah.
The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up.
Yeah.
What lack I yet?
He said, man, I've been keeping all this since my youth, since I've been a young man. But he had understanding that he was lacking something. You got to work. What are you lacking? See, this is powerful right here, because the young man went back at Messiah and said, look, I've been doing that. But he knew he was lacking.
No doubt. Now, this is the thing, though. He was aggressive in his approach, because his approach was, what shall he do to enter into eternal life? He wanted to know that. You know what I'm saying? So once the Messiah had given him keep the law, statutes, and commandments, he wanted more. You know, this thing here I've been doing since my youth up. So from this answer, I need something else. I'm not done with just that. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing that. So what am I lacking? Because I want the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was.
See that? I want the kingdom of heaven. So, but he realized he's lacking something, right? Let's get her done.
Yahweh said unto him, if thou would be perfect, go and sell that thou hast.
If you will be perfect, if you will be complete, if you will be sincere, sell everything you got. Right? Go ahead.
And give to the poor.
Give it to those who need it. Come on.
And thou shalt have treasure in heaven.
Stop right there. That's a promise that the Messiah, the Son of the living God, gave to this rich young ruler. Oh, okay, you've been keeping these commandments, right? Okay, well, if you will be perfect, sell everything you have and follow me, and you'll have treasure in heaven. He told him, you can seal your deal right now. You realize you're lacking, right? Well, seal your deal then. Huh? See, how many of y'all are situational believers? I heard a bro say the other day, he's non-messianic, because I study these guys. He's non-messianic. He said, this Negro finally came out and said what I knew he was thinking. You need money to serve the Most High. I say, Negro, what? You need money to serve the Most High. That mean us po folk are doomed. Because what's the parameters? What's the boundaries on having money and not having money? What you mean, having $1 in your pocket? Being hood rich? Being wealthy like the Rothschilds? What do you mean? You need to have money to serve the Most High. Which made me understand that he didn't have faith. He didn't believe. You need to be a shot caller to serve the Most High. It says who? When I read all through these scriptures, blessed are the poor, for yours is the kingdom. You see? So he tell him, look, if you be perfect, seal your deal. If you want to be sincere and complete, seal your deal right now. Everything you got, get it to the poor and come on. Follow me. So in essence, he was telling them, the Messiah was testing his faith. If he really believed this. Because if you really believe, you already ran up on me and called me good master. So that means you acknowledging that I'm Lord over you if you calling me master. Right? Messiah take the humble role and say, look, what you calling me good for is none good but one, that's God. But if you want to enter life, what? Keep the commandments.
That's all spirit checking. He was checking the spirit the whole time.
Whole time.
He come out and he asked the question, good master. Look, I had to check you on that, good master, first. If I cause thou me good.
Yeah.
No, none good but one.
Yeah.
You know, so he was spirit checking him the whole time that he was there.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful. You want to enter life, keep the commandments. He said, which ones? He run the commandments down to him. He said, I've been doing this my whole life. He said, okay, well, if you said, I hear you. I hear you, fat mouth. And okay, but if you want to be perfect, sell everything you have, give it to the poor, right? Come follow me and you have treasure in heaven. Tested his faith, his belief. Huh? Let's read, Hebrew.
Verse 22.
Yeah.
But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful.
He went away who?
Sorrowful.
He went away sorrowful. Negro was weeping, lip fumbling. Y'all remember you used to get that whooping back in the day, boy? Had your lip fumbling. Y'all remember that whooping back in the day?
Right.
He went away like that, sorrowful. Huh? Because really his God was his mammon. His God was his material riches.
No doubt.
Negro lose money today and stop believing in the Most High, man. You dig? And you be like, hold on. no, I'm still good because he ain't took his spirit and his glory from me like he did Solomon. Mm. Reread them scriptures about Solomon, 1 Kings 11th chapter. The Most High got angry at Solomon because he willingly started worshiping the devil. You understand? And allowed his women to bring all these altars into Jerusalem. Most High got mad at him, took his spirit and his glory from him. If the Most High ain't took that from you, he's still dealing with you. You mad because you done lost a spouse or a job or some money. Now you ain't a servant of the Most High. Where your faith at, man? Where your belief at? You gotta have that die-hard faith, man. Die hard and live free faith. You understand? Like, I don't care if the world blow up. I don't care if they knew, if they said, well, a nuclear missile from North Korea, Iran, and Russia is T-minus 5 minutes out from St. Louis. Me and my beloved brethren gonna be facing the east and praising the Most High. That's what we gonna do. You understand? We ain't gonna be low running like them out in Hawaii a few months ago. No, we're gonna be praising the Most High. You dig? Because your mind need to be, even if the world blow up, I'm not dropping my belief, man. No. I'm not dropping my belief and strong conviction in the Most High. I don't care if everybody turn their back on him. I'm right. That's how you gotta be, man. No. All right, come on, Hebrew. You got something else you want to say?
No, man. I'll end up. We may read some of these things out of scripture now. Fine, so I ain't give it up.
Okay.
Too fast, but they say for he had great possessions. And see, that's a lot of situations. You know, a lot of us people we have a possession. That's one of them things that's hard to give up. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to give up their possessions.
Yeah.
You know, even though if you have put work towards it. We was reading that what was it? Ecclesiastes 9. All the life of thy vanity.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? It's like these things that we work, you say put all your might towards, your strength towards, these things that we collect in this world or this life that we living in, it's vanity. You know, so how could you even want to take the possessions if you understand the Messiah is he? And he say, give all that away and come follow me. You know what I'm saying? Then you will understand that you are leaving these behind and going off into something greater if your faith is good. You know what I'm saying? If you have good faith, then you wouldn't even bat an eye at none of this. Like Peter and them. And the brothers was on that boat. You seen the Messiah come, he say, hey, y'all come follow me. Listen, and another fish got caught. That was it.
Yeah.
We gone. We out of here.
Left they file in the boat with the servants. Out of here.
It's good faith. They left on faith. And their work showed that. You know what I'm saying? That's the faith that need to be.
No doubt. Go ahead, Hebrew. Bigger the faith, bigger the miracles too. Always remember that. When we get into Hebrews 11 in a few minutes, you're gonna see bigger the faith, bigger the miracles. That's how the Most High starts showing up, and miracles get to cracking for you. It's like because you had unwavering, unflinching faith. You really believe this thing. Where everybody else was trying to be a textual critic. Or everybody else was trying to, you know, cast a little doubt on the scripture, throwing things out there like Paul never existed. Christ never existed. The pizza family came up with the pizza family came up with the New Testament. I'm like, wow. You feel me? Next is gonna be the Mario brothers came up with the New Testament, and you're gonna fall for it. Huh? Luigi. Come on, man. Like, leave all that intellectual stuff for the educated Negroes because they don't believe anyway. You feel me? You can't ask none of us around here, hey, do you believe the Messiah is going to return with the greatest army in existence with thousands and thousands and 10,000s of his hitters and head busters and say, yes! Final answer. I'm not going to be, well, technically, because of the signs of the times and the conjugation of verbs and how the thing was put together through the Septuagint and the Masoretic, and man, look, miss me with that. I don't care about all that. You either believe or you don't.
You believe or you don't.
When you done talking, you either believe or you don't. That's what it's coming back to. No matter what walk of life you in, even an atheist believe in something.
No doubt.
Evolution. You got to have faith in something, man. You feel me? So when you get down to it, if anybody trying to cast any type of doubt or shade on what it is that you are part of, is because they want to bring doubt into the situation. And when they bring doubt into the situation, that attacks your faith. And when you start wavering in faith, guess what? The miracles don't get to popping for you. Real talk. That's why Peter was able to walk on water until he started doubting. Then he started sinking.
No doubt. All right. Look how the slip of the mind was just that fast. You start thinking, dang, man, I'm straight up walking on water. And then in your mind, you would think, dang, I'm doing this, and I know we can't walk on water. But that's not you to drop that seed in your own mind. You're supposed to have the faith that, hey, I'm mobbing. I'm going through this water. I'm just walking on over here. You know what I'm saying? As if it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even thinking about it no more. I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's the faith to have, to go ahead and push. That's the mustard seed. Instead of thinking like this is water, and I know we can't walk on water, because it starts to begin, the lacking starts to begin. As soon as you start to tell yourself that. No doubt. Verse 23, then said Yahushua unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven.
All right, so balance out. We got brothers that were faithful all throughout the scripture that you know was very wealthy. Job, Abraham, you feel me? Jacob, very, very wealthy. But the reason Mashiach is saying this is because a rich man's quote unquote God is his money. Some people are down with the Most High because of their situation. But when the money get tried, when he like, look, sell all that and come on with me. I got you. And in your mind, you ain't like, I know he got it. You like, well, hold on, I got a pension, I got a 401k, I gotta put my kids through college 30 years from now. And you start coming up with every excuse for you not to have strong faith in him who the Most High sent, which leads you back to faith in the Most High. So that's why he say, look, hardly shall a rich man get into the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because his God or his power or his faith is in his mammon,
no doubt,
his material possessions.
No doubt. Spirit not good not unless he got something in his pocket.
Yeah.
You know, and that ain't the way to be. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit must be good because you have life. You know what I'm saying? That comes without a price. But with the money in your pocket, then you feel like, damn, cool. My spirit is comfortable.
Yeah.
Got a couple stacks in my pocket. Yes, income tax says check, just got cash.
I'm all good because this is tax season. Negroes, all of a sudden, you know.
Right.
But if you don't have the knowledge and wisdom and know how to run money, that money will be blew through next week. You be right back at square one. See, with us, is whether you got lint in your pocket or $1 million in your account, man. It's all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High. And even when we get a little bit of dust, that's what we call money around here, dust.
Right.
Because that's how less of it we don't have.
Right.
We call it dust around here.
Yeah.
You know, we poor brothers, you dig? But blessed are the poor. And that don't mean we don't get up and take care of our families and all that, but it's more month than money. It's what it is. But we thank the Most High for it because what we have is priceless. Evelyn Rothschild couldn't buy what we have. It's priceless. You understand? So when you do get a little bit of dust in your pocket, we always aiming to do something that brings the body of Mashiach together. You feel me? Whether it be like, all right, let's go down here and get this crib together that we've been sitting on for a while. You know, some of our people may need spots to lay their head next winter. I feel me? Or let's go ahead and upgrade some of these businesses we got going on around here. You feel me? Some of the brothers may need jobs. Like we never about self. We never about, you know, get a little money and then, you know, run off and like you living the high life. And a little bit of money to us ain't nothing. You talking about what? Well, a little bit of money, $1,000,
right?
Which ain't nothing. That'll be gone tomorrow. That'll be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Next week. You know what I'm saying? But whatever we do, we always looking to build the body. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's finish these things that we started years ago. Let's finish it, man. We need the financing behind it. Let's get it done. But to not have it, we used to that. We used to not have it. But it never stops what we're doing. It never stops the occupation. Serving of the Most High is my occupation.
I see now a lot of times, and this is one certain question I'd be like to ask a lot of people.
Go ahead, bro.
You know, especially those in the Christian doctrine, because they believe in their materials. And then if it's not of the materials, then they don't really believe that the Most High is even dealing with you, because you lacking the things of material things. So because of this, well, I got this, I got this, well, the Lord ain't dealing with you because you ain't got those things. So it make you seek out the material situations. You know what I'm saying? Which is which is ridiculous inside their Christian doctrine. How they got a different, like a war going on with such people. You know what I'm saying? But they put your faith right off into your materials. You know what I'm saying? They will have people in the mindset to believe that with these materials that the Most High is dealing with. But I ask him questions like, well, Farrakhan himself, he don't believe in your God at all. Now, if we get on material, we get on materials. This brother got materials.
Yeah.
He got a lot of materials.
He sure do.
But he don't believe in your God. So what is the difference in having materials over the truth or the scriptures? You know what I'm saying? The understanding. It ain't about the materials. You know what I'm saying? You can see somebody of a Buddhist or an atheist person with materials.
That's right. The Pope.
You feel me?
The Rothschild banking family, man, they own all the real estate on planet Earth almost. You did? And come on, man, but they don't got the spiritual power and understanding of the Most High God. They actually down with Hashatan.
No, so it's definitely not about the material, though. You know what I'm saying? That won't get you nowhere. You can't go to the Christ and tell him that you had the flyers living room set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My whip, I had about three whips in my driveway.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I got all this out of my congregation. My closet was full. I had my robes and I was decked out.
Changeable robes of apparel.
No doubt.
Man, I understand, bro. The thing is this, man. No matter what it goes through, because this is all a test for us, right? You gotta have unflinching faith. You're gonna go through the ups and downs. There's no one's life or nobody's life you can point at and say his life been the same the whole 50 years he's been alive.
No doubt.
Everything is going through constant change. All things are full of motion. You feel me? Man can't utter that. Everything changes, right? But what's not supposed to change, and when I say change, I mean dwindle. If anything is supposed to increase, is your faith. Your faith and belief, you understand? The work through the fiery trial, your faith supposed to be increasing. All right, let's finish this out. What else is that?
He says, verse 24, and again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yah. Stop
it right there. Now trip off that. A camel, like that's where the camels used to go rest at in the ancient world, get away from the sun. It's like a little spot, a very narrow path where they used to have to duck down. It's called a needle. He barely could fit up in there. But that's where camels used to go to rest and duck away from the sun at, a needle. And he's saying it's easier for a camel to pass through that than for a rich man to get into the kingdom of heaven. You see that? Why? Because the rich man's God is his money. That's why I think it was 2 years ago. What was that when all them international bankers was killing themselves?
Yeah, it was right about 2 years
About 2 years ago, man. It was about 80 bankers in like the span of 2 years were killing themselves.
Man.
Jumping off 80 story roofs and dome shotting themselves and everything because they realized that their God was gone. Their money. You know what I'm saying? Why you think Messiah say, blessed are the poor, yours is the kingdom? And that don't mean be a bum. That don't mean don't try to strive and do what you got to do out here. You understand? In righteousness, though. But that let it be known, like, look, the way this system is set up, you'll never be above the Rothschild banking family in this setup. In this world, you never be above the Rockefellers. In order for Jay-Z and them to get to where they got, they had to take a deal. Oprah too. You know what I'm saying? You got to straight sell out and bow to Hashatan to get power and authority in this setup, this realm. But we're stacking our treasures in heaven. That way, when the kingdom comes, hey, we got a policy to cash in. They don't. All right. So precious is your faith, man. I salute all the brothers and sisters of the faith that are sincere. I salute the righteous elect, man. You understand? And even if it's some Gentiles around that say, look, man, I'm willing to dig ditches for y'all. But I'm willing to say the hell with my people and my culture. I want to serve y'all God. You feel me? Salute. Salute. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 25.
Yeah.
Say, when his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, who then can be saved?
Who then can be? They like, dang, if the rich can't be saved, to show you the mindset of the disciples. Because the mindset then was what it is now. You thinking the Most High dealing with them because they got riches. So when he said it's easier for a camel to pass through an eye of a needle than for the rich man to get into the kingdom of heaven, and the disciples' reaction like, well, dang, who can get it then? It's because the mindset of society then is the same as it was now. The Most High done blessed these rich niggas, and they got first dibs at the kingdom of heaven. Huh? It's the same thing, man. Who then can be saved, they ask. Go ahead, Hebrew.
But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible.
Yeah.
But with Yah, all things are possible.
He say, look, with men this is impossible, because you would think being a man, being carnal, being in this realm of understanding that the rich or the elite would have first dibs at the kingdom of heaven. As a man, you would think that. But he said, with the Most High, nothing is impossible. Why do you think he said the last shall be first? The Most High deal with quality, not quantity, quality. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore?
Now, see, Peter, because my brother Ruban brought up earlier that Kepha or Peter and them, when they got called by the Messiah, they left their father in the boat with the servants fishing. We out of here.
Yeah.
So Peter saying, look, we done forsook all and followed you. What shall we receive? All right. We done gave our life up to do this work. That need to be the mindset of every brother and sister. Have you given your life up to do this? Huh? Or is this your hobby? See, a hobby is what you get around to. You know what I'm saying? A hobby is what you get around to, right? Your job is a servant of the Most High. You understand? My hobby, I like to go, place a few bets here and there at the casino. That's a hobby. You understand? That's not my job. My job is to serve the Most High. You feel me? A hobby is what you get around to. Your job or your occupation is what you do 24/7, 365. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
So he basically gave them rank in the kingdom. Let it be known, like, look, you understand? You follow me in the resurrection or the regeneration, which is resurrection, not reincarnation, resurrection. You shall also sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. You feel me? Deciding between what's right and what's wrong. You understand? It's going to be, if there's a kingdom or a government coming, then there's administration. There's different parts to, the kingdom. And that's what he letting it be known. Y'all going to have rank in the kingdom if you follow me. In the resurrection, you'll have rank in the kingdom because you gave everything up and followed me. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Whew, man.
Yeah.
It said, verse 29. Check this out. And everyone that had forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake.
That's everything that you make an excuse over. You make an excuse over your children, your baby mama, your house. The reason why you can't be full-fledged doing this work, because you always make an excuse over something he just named. You make excuses over those things. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Shall receive 100-fold.
Who?
100-fold.
Ooh.
And shall inherit everlasting life.
And shall inherit everlasting life. Man, whoever follow me gonna receive 100-fold. Whatever you invested, you're gonna get back 100-fold. Huh? 100-fold. You feel me? And shall receive everlasting life. Come on now.
But many that are first shall be last.
Hallelujah.
And the last shall be first.
Real talk. Riches will make your call in the election sure. Let's go to James chapter 2 real quick. Let's go to James chapter 2. We talking about the work, the fiery trial, and the faith. A rich young ruler went away fumble lipping. Huh? because the Messiah told him sell all that and come on and follow me. He tested his faith and he came up short. He came up short in the faith. Don't let that be you. These scriptures are written so that we can have understanding. You understand? And that we don't make the same mistakes as those that came before us. So if the Messiah came to you with that ultimatum and said, look, man, forsake everything you got and come on. How do you not take the deal? And you all the way down with him. I don't understand that. Yeah, the world gonna look at you crazy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about your own personal understanding, dealing with the Most High. And he told you, like, look, you can either come on now and seal your deal. He gave you an option. Right? He gave you an option. Say, come on now and seal your deal. Or live for 50 more years. Oh, rather dope for me, y'all. Live for 50 more years. Live for 50 more years, and there might be a chance that you go off. That's the other one, the bottom line. Bottom line, right? What's the bottom line? There you go. You live for 50 more years. What's up with it, Lock Doctor? You all good? Yeah, shalom. Yeah, so if he told you come on now and seal your deal, right, and have treasure in heaven, or he said, or you can choose to live 50 to 60 more years, but there's a chance that you won't make it. What do you take? What deal do you take? You said, well, dang, I'm gonna miss everybody and the 60 more years. There's a 50-50 chance, right? You might not make it. Or you can leave right now and seal your deal. What's your choice? Because that's basically what he told the rich young ruler.
I'm a mama biscuits, huh? You gonna miss the mama biscuits?
My mama biscuits! Not my mama biscuits, huh? He told him, seal your deal now, come on, and you good. Right? He chose the opposite. Like getting to James chapter 2. James chapter 2, let's start at verse 14. Let's read 14 to 26. James chapter 2, 14 to 26. Strip off that. He told him he could seal his deal right now. Tested his faith and he went away crying. So if the Most High came to you right now and told you, seal your deal. Seal your deal now and come on. I got work for you to do with me. Right? Or stick around for 60 more years, but there's a chance you won't make it. I mean, I can't speak for everyone else. I'm out of here. Out of here. I don't. What do you mean? I've never been good at rolling dice. I'm out of here. If that's the case, cash me on in. You understand? Because I can't play 60 more years around, and at the end I might not make it. You feel me? I can't even play around like that. The most I say, come now, see your deal. I gotta take that. Now ask yourself, could you take it? And if you can't, what's the difference between you and the rich young ruler? What's the difference? All right, come on, Hebrew.
Hey, we're gonna start at James. I'm gonna do a one-liner for you right fast.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
It's that James chapter 1. I'm gonna read this verse 12. This is just verse 12. It say, blessed is the man that endured temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord had promised to them that love him.
When he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Most High have promised to them that love him. You feel me? Come on, Hebrew.
No doubt. So that was just the one line I was just hitting. You want to read some more there?
No, we're gonna go down to chapter 2.
Yeah, chapter 2,
14 to 26.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to show for sure some of that that's good faith. You know what I'm saying? Saying blessed is a man that endured temptation. That's good faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Enduring the temptation. Because sometimes them fiery trials be the temptation. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to endure through those fiery trials.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you see what you receive after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You receive a reward, a crown of life.
Crown of life.
You understand? So therefore, if you trip off the payment, the payout versus what you got to go through, you go through that, bro, cheerfully. Everybody say, take that with cheer. Like, dang, you realize the payout? You realize what you about to get paid? You understand? If you just simply endure this thing and bring forth your full spiritual potential, beautiful. Beautiful. Come on, bro, let's get it.
chapter 2 and verse 14.
Yeah.
It say, what doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he had faith,
Yeah.
and have not works? Can faith save him?
Can faith save him? Can faith alone save you? You say, look, I believe, but you don't have the work to back up what you believe. So the question is, can his belief alone save him? The question, come on now.
If a brother or a sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warm and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful for the body.
You really say, like, look, they naked, meaning they ain't got no clothes. You understand? It's wintertime, they ain't got no coat or nothing. They hungry. They come knocking on your door, and even though you have everything they need, you tell them to depart in peace. I hope you find what you're looking for. Huh? Like what how does that profit that person? How does that even profit you? How does that profit you? Let alone them, but you. Right? If you really had the belief and you know that that's the command of the Most High to provide for those that are less fortunate, and you have what they need, you feel me, of those that are less fortunate, how do you not provide that? But you said, look, I hope you find what you're looking for, even though you got a refrigerator full of food. Huh? Even though you got about 100 coats, triple fat goose, and it's wintertime.
You got about 1,000 different coats back in the closet. You ain't even wore in some years. Back down in the basement in bags, just sitting in bags. I heard when somebody come, that's in need of a coat, you wouldn't take the time to get in one of them bags and get one of them old coats and give it to them. But tell them depart. Don't leave, man. Find you some warmth. What do with that profit?
Yeah.
Don't profit anything.
Don't profit him or you. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, even so, verse 17, even so faith, if it had not works, is dead being alone.
You hear that? Faith is dead if it don't have works with it. And a lot of you church Negroes claim you got faith. It did, but the scriptures say your faith is dead if there's no work to back it up. It's dead. Meaning your belief means nothing if you don't have no work to back up what it is you really believe and profess. Makes sense, right? So faith without works is dead. The Messiah didn't come and take that beating for you to have dead faith. Yeah, that's a doctrine floating around today. We ain't got to have no work. What are y'all talking about, man? The fact that you received the truth was a gift. It was nothing that you did in your past life that warned, or nothing you did when you was carnal, should I say, in the world that warranted that you should receive the truth. You feel me? You received the truth and the knowledge of salvation as a gift. You received that without work. You understand? But once you receive that, it's time to go to work. What are you talking about? Y'all confusing scriptures. You understand? Salvation is a free gift. It did the fact that you heard the truth. There was nothing you did in your past life, meaning your carnal life when you was in the world. You feel me? That made the Most High send the truth to you. It's a gift. It's free. No work you did. But once you receive that, now you must go to work because faith without works is dead. All right, come on now.
Verse 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works.
Yeah.
Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you my faith by my works. Listen, you can't show nobody what you believe without the evidence to back it up. It's impossible.
No doubt.
Hey, you mean you believe this, but you ain't got no work to back it up.
It's not even convincing.
Like, how do you prove to me, like even on a carnal level, how do you prove to me you a drug dealer, but you ain't got no drugs to sell?
Or even that you work on cribs. Hey, I do work on cribs, but you ain't got no work to show.
You ain't got no tools, no work, no nothing.
Nothing. You
feel me? You believe that you work on the cribs, right? But you don't know how to frame a wall. You don't know how to do none of this. You feel me? So you can believe and say whatever, but if there's no work to back it up, you understand? You can run around and say whatever you is. I'm the fastest brother In the track, I set records. But look, if ain't nobody seen you do it, if you don't got no work or no film to prove you run 100 yards in 7 seconds, bruh, what you saying don't mean nothing. What you believe is false until the work validates it. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 19.
Yeah.
Say, thou believest that there is one God.
Oh, man.
Thou do as well.
Yeah, that's good. It's good you believe in a higher power. That's what everybody say today. Well, I believe in a higher power. Well, that's good. Go ahead.
The devils also believe and tremble.
Said the devil and his demons also believe and tremble. That's not good enough for you to believe that there's a higher power.
No doubt. So what are you, a devil? Could you be a devil? If you say that you believe, because he said the devils also believe and tremble. You know, that's a question to ask to those that say that. You know what I'm saying? Because you would know for sure that what's your works behind your faith. Is your works of the devil or is your works of the Most High? That's one thing we need to get within ourselves when we're talking about percentile in ourselves. Like, what are my works? If my faith is in the Most High, then I have to check the works of myself. What am I doing? What am I striving towards? What am I thinking? You know, because thoughts is a part of you, it's a part of your works. It becomes action. If you think on situations too heavy, it becomes action.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to check these type of situations.
That's right, Doc.
It say, but wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead?
You know, he called him vain or worthless, man. Faith without works is dead, man. So the question need to be right after that, did the Messiah become that sacrifice for you to have dead faith? If you believe you don't have no work to do because you have faith, you gotta ask yourself, what kind of faith do I really have if I don't have no work to back it up or prove it? What's to prove you really believe in the Most High other than you fat mouthing?
No doubt.
There's nothing to prove it. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 21. Was not Abraham, our father, justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar?
You see that? Abraham was justified by works, right? Because the Most High gave him an order, he believed it, and he did it. So you got other scriptures say Abraham was justified by faith. Yeah, that too. Faith is the belief. But right after the belief came an action. He believed it, off of his son, consider it done. You see? Faith and works are what's called interdependent. They depend on one another. You cannot prove that you have faith to the Most High without your work and your fiery trial. It's impossible. Right? You're going to have to go through something to bring out your full spiritual potential. Yeah. That's what that's about. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Seest thou how faith wrought without his works? And by works was faith made perfect?
Faith was made perfect. Ain't you trying to have perfect faith? Complete or sincere faith? It's because the work, man, everything Abraham was tested and tried on, he did. He executed with super precision. Today, we make excuses. Everything's an excuse today. Everything's an excuse today. You understand?
Check this out.
Go ahead.
There's one thing that people like to say. That way, I know I'm back on the swine eating.
Go ahead.
But this is the lack of faith that people want to come. Hey, if it wasn't no food in the world, nothing, would you eat that pig? No, that's not the faith we're supposed to have. See, that's not what we're supposed to take our minds to think about. It's like some point you're still trying to hold on to eating some of it, if it was none left. Or it's like Lot's daughters. Look, it's not going to be another man ever you want to see ever again. So what do? You lose faith. Now you break laws. You feel me? And you start doing things. You sleep with your father. You go get your pork chop sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You start doing things that's unlawful.
Right.
After you lose the faith. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is to keep the faith. No doubt.
Keep it to the end, man. Come on, Hebrew.
He said in verse 23, and the scriptures was fulfilled, which said, Abraham believed Yah, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness.
It was imputed unto him for righteousness because the Most High gave him a command and he did it. Feel me? He believed him, yeah. But see, what people leave out, especially the Sunday doctrine, is the work that follows the strong belief. It's always a work in a fiery trial. It always is. All right, because you got to be battle tested and approved to get into the kingdom. He's not the Most High is not dealing with chump suckers.
No doubt.
Nah, you got to be battle tested and approved, man. You got to go thick skin on what the scripture call a sound mind, and grow with a level of look. I don't care what happens. It's till the casket drop over here, man. That's the mindset you got to have. You feel me? And then with the faith, the Most High shows miracles. He gives you evidence that he's with you. Like he rewards you. He rewards you for your strong faith and say, look, you see, because you believe and you passed that, we give you a little something right here. You're like, thank you, Most High. To where can't nobody tell you he don't exist. Because all of us done witness our miracles. You feel me? One way, shape, form, or another. You done witness miracles in your life. I know I have. You understand? To where because the faith was kept and it was die hard or live free faith, man. 10 toes down. You understand that the Most High rewards you. Yeah, take that. Deal with you on that level. You be like, all praise. You feel me? All praise. So you have to get rewarded for passing your test. You understand? You have to get rewarded for having strong faith, no matter if the situation looked hopeless, you believe. Blessed are those who have not seen and still believe. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Good faith. They say, and he was called a friend of Yah,
a partner of the Most High. Somebody at the door. You waiting for somebody? And he was called a friend or a partner of the Almighty. That quick. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only.
Not by belief only. You feel me? You got to have to work with the faith to even be considered justified in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. Easy work. Come on now.
Likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works.
Now we talking about Rahab. Now this is a foreigner. Rahab wasn't an Israelite. She's a foreigner. You dig? Matter of fact, called her a harlot. Show how merciful the Most High is. You dig? And no, we're not condemning going to lay with harlots, but the fact of the matter is, this sister was found to have great faith because what she did at that time was worthy of death to her nation.
No doubt.
She committed treason. You feel me? And laid her life down for the sake of God's chosen people.
Yeah.
So she's mentioned in the book of having great faith, belief. Come on, now.
When she had received the messages and had sent them out another way. For as the body without the spirit is dead,
yeah,
so faith without works is dead also.
As the body without the spirit is dead. Look, if you ain't got works with faith, that's dead faith. They tell you that up in the Sunday church like it's all good. You just do whatever you want and believe whatever you want. No. Faith without works is dead. Whatever you claim you believe, you don't got to work to back it up. If the fiery trial and you ain't going through, dead. But that's like saying that you were sitting here to have dead faith. Faith means a strong belief in the truth. That's what it means. All right. You got something you want to hear? I see you flipping over there.
Yeah,
that Mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to that Mark.
Mark chapter 2. We're going to Mark chapter 2 next.
Mark chapter 2. This is gonna be an example of some works behind some faith. You know, situations get pretty sticky, you know, inside the life that we live. And it be certain things that you can do that will show forth faith. If we look at the Syrophoenician woman, you know what I'm saying? This woman was tested. Matter of fact, she was belittled. If in today's time, you would be called, this woman was belittled. But she was called a dog. But Christ called her a dog when she had gotten his attention. Why would I take the bread for the children and give it to the dog? It was a parable being spoken of. We don't do that in our own life. We don't go to the crib. You go to the store, you go and get groceries, and you bring them to the crib, you cook them and straight throw them in the dog pan. No, you feed your children first. That's what you do with your groceries. When you go to the store, you come back with food, with bread to eat. We feed the children. You forgot a dog, then he might be the last to eat. You know what I'm saying? He's going to sit there and wag his tail and wait his turn. But that's how the Syrophoenician woman, with the faith that she had, kicked back that parable. Yeah. She said the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table. Great is your faith, woman.
Yeah.
Great is your faith.
Be it unto thee even as thou wilt.
No doubt.
Because you believed it, you understand, and the work behind it was you approached the one who was giving it away, right? And even when you heard something right out the gate that you didn't like, you still stuck with it. Feel me? Mark chapter 2. Let's read 1 through 12, right?
Mark chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And again he entered into Capernaum after some days, and it was noised that he was in the house. And straightway many were gathered together, insomuch that there was no room to receive them. No, not so much as about the door, and he preached the word unto them.
And he preached the word unto them. Like, it's so packed, standing room only. You feel me? But I mean, everybody that's coming can't even get in.
No doubt.
You understand? But Mashiach, Messiah, he's preaching the word to him, the word of his heavenly Father. What else to say?
Verse 3.
Yeah.
And they come unto him, bringing one sick of palsy.
Sick of palsy. This is like cerebral palsy. You understand? Something that's like messing up the motor skills because your brain, right? Cerebral got to do with your brain because your brain is not firing off all cylinders. Your motor functions are not all the way right. This is like what you know today is cerebral palsy. So they had to carry this person, right? They had to carry this person to the Messiah. Go ahead, Op.
Which was born of 4.
Meaning carried by 4 people. Go ahead.
And when they could not come near unto him for the press, they uncovered the roof where he was, and when they had broken it up, they let down the bed wherein the sick of the palsy lay.
So this is how hard and how strong their faith was, right? They say, look, we can't get through the front door. It's too packed. We're going to take the roof off this deal. Whatever we got to do to get to this healing medicine, that's what we going to do. The door, we can't get there, standing room only. The door is jammed. How about we take the roof off the building? Because this person with cerebral palsy, who has to be carried by 4 people, need to be put in front of the true physician to be healed. Their faith was so strong, they took the roof off the building just so they can get this sick person or individual in front of Mashiach.
No doubt. And there was this thing that was going on, just like the woman that touched his foot. You know what I'm saying? Or the heel of his garment.
Yeah, the fringes in his garment. The woman that was bleeding for 12 years.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That was faith, by faith, understanding that if I can only touch him, I can be healed. Now, this is faith that these brothers had because these brothers had got up on the roof. And it ain't an easy thing to stick fingers on the roof and peel back the roof. Not let alone to carry the bed up there, because they say the bed that he laid on, they had the bed and lowered him down in the bed that he laid on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, they got on the roof with the bed with him in it? 4. He was carried by 4. These brothers had faith.
And then had to get some type of straps,
man,
to let the bed down. Yeah, some type of pulley or something.
No doubt. This is great faith for you to understand for sure. Look, I ain't gonna be able to get through here. We need this now. You know what I'm saying? The door is packed. You can't get in on the inside. The line is long. Which way we gonna get in?
By any means necessary.
Let's peel this roof back.
Peel this roof off. Take the roof off this deal. Great faith. Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, when Yahushua saw their faith, he said unto the sick of the palsy, son, thy sins be forgiven thee.
Son, thy sins be. And when he seen how great that faith was, he was like, look, the faith brought the miracle.
Yeah.
You feel me? Bigger the faith, bigger the miracles, bigger the belief in the Most High, the unseen, the divine, the bigger the miracle is going to be in your life. See, so this is a person that's basically crippled. They got cerebral palsy. They don't have normal motor skills and motor functions like you, that you take for granted, like getting up and going to open the door, or picking up the phone, or taking a spoon and putting it to your mouth to eat some soup. They ain't got that. They basically are retarded. Huh? And because they believe so hard that if we bring him in front of the true and living physician, he will be healed. When he seen how hard they went, even when the first path was blocked for them, they could have easily gave up and went back. Trip off that with your faith. Are you the easy giving up type? You give up real easy? Or you like, look, man, this is what we here for. We got to get this done. How about this? We ain't gonna go through the wall. We're gonna take the roof off this thing. So when Messiah seen it, he say, man, your faith, man, great is your faith, man. Your sins be forgiven you. Because this disease was brought on by their iniquity. A lot of your diseases, some of them are inherited, but a lot of the diseases that we go through are brought on because we keep breaking God's law. Feel me? And that directly attacks your temple, your body, his temple, which is your body. Body's under attack. So when he said your sins be forgiven you, now this person is able to be healed, cured. You feel me? But notice the faith is what we're talking about. The faith was they believed. The work was take the roof off and lower them down. He seen it and said your sins be forgiven you. You all good.
Yeah.
Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
But there were certain of the scribes sitting there.
There's always a hater around. Somebody gonna hate you for what you're doing, even when you're doing righteousness. Go ahead,
and reasoning in their heart, why doeth this man thus speak blasphemy?
They call this blasphemy. Come on.
Who can give sins?
Who
can forgive sins? But Yah only.
Not trip off how clouded their judgment are. You ain't tripping off a miracle. You want to get technical with it, but good question, right? Showing you they wasn't even up on their Torah, they wasn't even up on their scriptures.
No doubt.
Please hold your spot there, bro. Let's go to Exodus 23. Exodus 23, read 20 through 25. See, whoever the Most High sends, you understand? If the Most High sent him in that authority, sins can be forgiven. The Most High God don't get off his throne. He don't get off his throne to come holler at you and shoot the breeze. I spoke to God, man. He sent messengers. His top messenger is Messiah. So the question was, who can forgive sins but God only? Well, let's read this about this angel right here.
Exodus chapter 23 and verse 20.
Yes, sir.
Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way.
Right, to get to guard us or to keep us. This is us coming up out of Egypt. To keep you in the way. Go ahead,
and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared.
Come on.
Beware of him.
Be what?
Beware of him.
The Most High's angels are not little white heathen babies and huggies. He got hit men that are angels. A lot of times, the people in the scripture saw these messengers of God and fainted because they got scared.
Dead men.
And the angel had to say, look, fear not, you all good. All right? Come on, Hebrew.
It says, beware of him and obey his voice.
Right.
Provoke him not. For he will not pardon your transgression.
He will not pardon your transgressions. Hold on. This is an angel?
Yeah.
It says, provoke him not, to beware of him. For he will not pardon your transgressions. Showing you that the Most High gave this angel authority to pardon transgressions. So for those who say, who can forgive sins but God only? They obviously don't know nothing about our history in the book of Exodus or Shemot chapter 23, verse 20 through 25. And when you get on a level, you understand who that angel was.
No
or who the angel of the Most High is. This ain't just no regular angel. There means different ranks and classes of angels, which means messenger, who is the messenger of the Most High, who has the ability to forgive sins. And if you can accept that this was an angel, but not accept that it was a Messiah, what's the problem? Come on now.
It say, for my name is in him. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be, wait a minute. Yeah, then I will be an enemy unto thy enemy.
If you obey and do all that I speak, because what the angel gonna be speaking is what he get from the Most High. Now I'll be an enemy to your enemies. Come on, Hebrew.
And an adversary to thy adversaries. For my angel shall go before thee and bring thee unto the Amorites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hivites, yeah, and the Jebusites,
yeah.
And I will cut them off. thou shalt not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, nor do after their works, but thou shalt utterly overthrow them and quite break down their images.
Break down their images. In other words, we weren't supposed to be dealing with no other gods, no other rituals, none of that. But the point being, we went there because the scripture said a non-messianic could go there. See, right here, he forgave sins. Can't nobody forgive sins but God only. You understand? So we went back to Exodus 23 right after Torah and showed an angel was given the authority to forgive or pardon the transgressions of the children of Israel when we were leaving Egypt. Let's go back to more too.
You'll read that verse 7 again.
Yeah.
It say, why doeth this man thus speak blasphemy? Who can forgive sins but God only?
So now you know the precept. If a non-messianic came to you, you would read Exodus 23, verse 20 through 25. Feel me? Whom the Most High sins with that authority can forgive.
No doubt.
Come on, Hebrew.
And immediately, when Yahweh perceived in his spirit that they so reasoned with themselves, he said unto them, why reason ye these things in your hearts? Whether is it easier to say to the sick of the palsy, thy sins be forgiven thee, or say, arise and take up thy bed and walk? But that ye may know that the Son of Man had power on earth to forgive sins. He said to the sick of the palsy, I say unto thee, arise and take up thy bed and go thy way into thine house.
Verse 12.
And immediately he arose and took up the bed and went forth from them all, insomuch that they were all amazed and glorified Yah, saying, we never saw it on this fast.
Yeah, because the Pharisees and them weren't doing no spiritual powers. They wasn't healing nobody. But he says that you may know that the Son of Man have power on earth to forgive sins. He told him who was crippled, you understand, take up your bed and walk. Right? So instead of you looking at the righteousness that's been done, this man has been healed from a plague. He's been healed from being crippled and paralyzed. He's been healed of this. If you saying, man, that's powerful. We never saw it on that fashion. You want to say, well, what is he saying? That's blasphemy. Who can forgive sins but God only? But you left your flank open because you didn't trip the Exodus 23 or 20 through 25. The Most High sent the messenger or his messenger to lead Israel up out of Egypt. And he told him, look, beware of him and don't provoke him, for he will not forgive or pardon your transgressions. So the answer will be whoever the Most High gave the authority to forgive sins. You understand? Because he's given that power and authority over. You say he can't do it to the Messiah, then why did he do it with an angel? And for us that's on the level, we know who that angel was. You understand? Easy work, man. Easy work. So again, the work, the fiery trial, and the faith. You see, they believed so much that they took the roof off the building to get him that was paralyzed in front of him. The Messiah said, your faith, look how great is your faith. Your sins be forgiven you. And then you seen what happened. Miracle right after that.
No doubt.
Miracle. And they look, it couldn't have been happening on the regular because what they say, we ain't never saw it on no fashion like this.
No doubt.
Ever in our life. You see? So the faith, bigger the bigger the miracles. That's why faith is so important. It's beyond precious. You understand? Because if you really believe, you will have the work to back it up and the fiery trial to go through, to where you bring out the Most High, show you your full spiritual potential, man. Feel me? Then you can help the next brother or sister and be like, you know what? I went through that.
No doubt.
Most High is faithful that called you. Don't lose faith. All right? Let's get into some of this Apocrypha. You want somewhere else you want to go? No. Let's get into some of this Apocrypha real quick. We're going to go to 2nd Maccabees, the 6th chapter. Now, some of y'all scared of the Apocrypha. We're not. You know, 2nd Maccabees, the 6th chapter. We're going to read about the elder, the beloved elder of ours. And teach our sons and daughters this history.
No doubt. There's definitely history inside the Apocrypha.
Teach your sons and daughters the histories of these scriptures. Because we definitely need it. All right? They grow up and believe that they're royalty and not niggas and thugs. And thots. That's the new word for it. In our day, there was ratchets and hood rats. They thots today. Thots. know what I'm saying? You want your children under the vibration of growing up in the spirit of royalty, man. Walking in honor and integrity. That's what you want. All right. So 2 Maccabees chapter 6. 2 Maccabees chapter 6 start at 18 and we can read to 31. Hallelujah. All praise, glory, and honor to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Honor and glory of his only begotten beloved son, long live the king.
It's that 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 18.
Yeah.
It says, Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, and of a well-favored conscience, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. But he choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination.
Hey boy, hey, if I ever meet this elder in the resurrection, man, you feel me, in the kingdom, I want to drink wine with this brother. I want to drink new wine with Elder Eleazar, man. You feel me? Because he was an old man, right? As we read, you see, he was 90 years old, and he didn't use his old age as an excuse because somebody had death on the table, an excuse to sell out. You understand? Well, we gonna kill you, and that's what you're gonna have to do. He said he chose rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination. Today, you niggas love swine. You love every inch of the pig. But we got forefathers that would chose rather to die than to eat that. Because the Most High didn't make the pig as food for you. That's not food.
No.
That's the garbage disposal. You understand? Y'all remember the Flintstones growing up? What was the garbage disposal? It was the pig. They pulled the curtain back under the sink and the pig was devouring everything that came, all the waste. Because that's its job. It was never made as food for you. And see, you only get this by applying the laws and commandments of the Most High. Why do you think our people leading all diseases? Most of your diseases are food-borne. They start in your gut. And you talk, I mean, everything from worms, the diabetes, the high blood pressure. These are diseases brought on by the food we are putting in our mouths, man. You understand? So this brother here, they try to make him eat swine. And he said, man, I'll die before I eat that.
Right.
What do you do? Let's read.
He said he spit forth and came of his own accord to the torment.
That's powerful. He didn't even have to get ushered down to the torment. They try to make him eat. He spit out his mouth and walk to the chopping block.
Kill me before I eat this.
I'm offended. This even in my mouth. You feel me? That's what we talking about, soldiers, man. We're talking about die-hard soldiers for the Most High. You dig? And even if you gotta lay your life down, this brother got his ink. He got an everlasting memorial because he stood up and did what was right. You'll sell out to live 3 more seconds with the devil. That's what you'll do. Let's read.
It said it came of his own accord to the torment, as it behooved them to come that are resolute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful to love, for love of life to be tasted.
It is not lawful for the love of life to taste abomination, man. The thing you want to say, you know, they got to die from something, or you know what I'm saying, my granddaddy ate it, man. Look, it is not lawful for the love of life to eat that which the Most High calls an abomination.
Right.
It's not lawful, man. So just because somebody got death on the table, because you won't eat swine, what you really need to be thinking is, I really must be in the truth. Because if it's just about eating a little piece of meat, why is it you're threatening to kill me because I don't want to eat? Huh? Because you know, you feel me? What the heathen knows, see, the heathen has studied you. What the devil know is, if we get them niggas to break the laws of their God, we'll forever rule over them.
Yeah.
See, that's the agenda behind it. You looking at it like, dang, I'm about to die. Look, man, take your death with honor if that's the case. Take it with honor. Because the devil know if we keep these niggas from keeping the laws of their God, we'll forever rule over them. Remind me to get the book of Judith too after we done with this chapter right here. Because we need to read, because look, you've been studied. It's a reason why there's a Popeye's chicken on every corner. They know y'all the Israelites. When you was going through the wilderness, your God fed you quail, which is in the chicken family. Then your God fed you manna, which tasted like biscuits, sweet biscuits. They done studied you, man. If you gonna rule any people, you got to study over them. And that's just what it is. Come on, Hebrew.
We in that 2nd Maccabees chapter 6, verse 21. It say, but they that had the charge of that wicked feast,
Yeah.
for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision.
You heard that? So they like, look, man, you a good brother. Now here come the deal. Man, you a good brother, man. Then we actually like you, right? So look, this is what you do. Go get the flesh that you can eat, right? Go get what you can eat, and you eat that in front of everybody. Right? Now, they gonna think you eating what we told you to eat, but the secret between me and you is you're eating the lawful meat. How about that? Is that good enough for you? In other words, just act like you ate the swine or the abomination in front of everybody, but you know you didn't eat it because we're going to allow you to eat lawful meat out your own provision. Let's make a deal. Let's compromise. How about that? Come on, Hebrew.
It says, such as was lawful for him to use, and make as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king.
You know what he said? So act like you ate abomination. Act like you went against your God. That's what they asking. You ain't got to do it technically, but act like it. Get in the spirit of being a rebel. Like we dealing with Hollywood today. Everybody think it's okay because Madea put a damn dress on. Tyler Perry dressed up like a woman and called himself Madea. You think it's okay because he's just acting.
Right.
But the Bible says if a man put on what a woman wears an abomination. All these little niggas around here with lipstick on and nails and skinny jeans. You think it's okay to act like you doing it, going against the Most High. But what this elder do? This elder was given the opportunity. Look, man, you can live and spur your life. Just act like you going against your God. Get in character and spirit of going against your God. And we'll let you live. What's your response and what's his response? Let's read, Doc.
That in so doing, he might be delivered from death. For the old friendship with them find favor.
See, they like, we cool with you, man. We don't want to kill you. Get your act on.
No doubt.
Start shucking and jiving. Go ahead, Doc.
But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age and the excellence of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray head, were unto he was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law.
The holy who?
The holy law.
True education. The law of the Most High God, man. The holy law. Go ahead, Doc.
Made and given by Yah. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straight ways, and sent him to the grave.
He say, send me to the grave. They try to give him a deal, and he thought back on his whole life. He say, look, man, I was raised in the holy law. You understand? This is my way of life. I serve the Most High. You dig? His answer was no deal. Deal or no deal, huh? Act like you going against your God. This elder at 90 years old say, send me to the grave. I'm not even finna act like I went against my God, man. We need more men out here like this. Everybody acting today. Men think they women. All your rappers are sodomites. Young Thug and Lil Uzi Vert and all these devils. We need more men to say, man, I'll die before I go against the Most High. Man, where them men at? Where them sisters at? It's like, man, we'll die before we go against the Most High, man. Later for that. What you talking about, death? But if to us, that's gain. Because we know of what's after her. You feel me? And see, when you got that type of mindset, they can't control you with death no more. That's when you become a real threat. When you can't control the Negro with death anymore, now you're a problem.
Yeah.
You Negroes ain't a problem. You Negroes ain't a problem. You're gonna get your little tax money back, buy a quarter-pound of weed, and blow the rest of it. Get you some shoes and blow the rest of it. You not no threat. You a threat when you like, look, the whole threat of death is off the table.
Yeah.
Like this elder, send me to the grave. I'll die before I even act like I went against the Most High. You feel me? Where these bros at out here? Let's read, my brother.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion.
Our score is 20. He was 80, which means 80 plus 10. He was 90 years old. And he said, look, my age ain't no reason for me to sell out or dissemble. Because all these youngsters is looking at me. All these youngsters I done raised up in this, they gonna think that I sold out.
Now look at that, the direction towards the youth. This had to be something directed towards the youth and the upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Because for a brother to go like that, he had to stand on the fact of what is to come. If I let them see this, then they're gonna think I'm weak. They're gonna think that the scripture's weak or this way is weak. That make them fall off into other situations as they grow. I'll be dead and gone. But as they grow up weak. So for them, no, never that. You know what I'm saying? That's powerful because see, you got that to today's time. It's for the children. You know why I do this? I just do it for my children. Well, I do it because of my gear. My grandmother did it. Grandfather, but we just seen where we're saying that Christ was saying, listen, you know what I'm saying? If you have a sister, brother, mother, wife, father, children, for his name's sake, you receive 100-fold. You know what I'm saying? These times you're supposed to forsake all these things. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, but you see the direction was towards the youth, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing we need to be looking at. You know, what we do and how we educate these youth. You know what I'm saying? Because they are for the upbringing. You know what I'm saying? They are what's next. And we don't want to be like that. You see, this brother stood strong. Look, I die for that. And that's teaching the children to do the same thing. To die for what you believe in. It's like the woman with the 7 sons.
Yeah, we're gonna read that too. That's very powerful, man, because you know, folks would have been using his life as an example to go against the Most High.
No doubt.
The elder Eleazar did it. You understand? He did it. It must be okay. And he was like, man, look, for the sake of the youth, for the sake of my soul, man, I done raised all these bros. I can't be no hypocrite out here. I done raised these bros to stand strong on the laws, commandments, and statutes of the Heavenly Father. What I look like because somebody threatened me with death, then I say, oh, okay. Huh? I mean, he was so thorough with it, he was tripping off the conscience of the youth too. Because he could have ate some meat that was lawful, but everybody would have thought that he was eating the abomination. You see? Sold out either way. Even if you act like you going against the Most High, you done sold out. Huh? Let's read, my brother.
He's saying, so they were though mine hypocrites.
Through my hypocrisy, huh? Come on, Hebrew.
And desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to my old age.
You see, in the book of Ecclesiastes, you say a good name is better than fine gold. See, he guarded his name to the casket, man. Guarded his name. Say, oh no, I get a stain on my old name by acting like I went against the Most High. You feel me? And that'll ruin everybody conscious I raised out here. Come on, Hebrew.
And make it abominable. For the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men.
Yeah.
Yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead.
You see where his faith and power was, and his fear was in the Almighty.
No doubt.
I might live a few more seconds with man, but I won't escape the power of the hand of the Most High, living or dead.
No. Say, fear not him that can kill the body.
That's right.
But him that can kill the body and the soul.
In hell, man.
No.
That's who you fear. You don't fear man. And see, that's why this elder is an excellent example to read. You feel me? Not just during the Feast of the Dedication, but several times a year, man, you need to be reading about this elder. And you read this to your children. You understand? To where they understand, like, man, we gotta have die hard and live free faith like this. Because his reasoning overcame the tyranny of this wicked king right here. You feel me? They thought that they could torture him. You feel me? But this shows the mentals, your mind power. You feel me? Your reasoning outranks fleshly desire. Spirit over the flesh, right? Mind over matter, right? Well, he just showed that right here in the scripture. You feel me? If your reasoning and willpower is strong enough, it don't matter what fleshly desires on the table, bro. It can be conquered. If he can conquer the fleshly desire of being put to death and standing on the word of the Most High, think about what desire you can conquer.
No doubt.
Huh? Whether it be lust, whether it be thievery, you understand? Whether it be murder, whatever it be. If this brother can overcome death by saying, man, I'll die before I act like this, what you think you can overcome? Let's read, bro.
Now look at that fiery trial, though.
Yes, sir.
You see that? That's a fiery trial that this brother is going through. And this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this fiery trial ain't one that just have you in your bedroom, can't eat, can't drink for some hours or some days. This here is over. It's the last of the clock ticking. You at the torture rack. You know what I'm saying? So this one here, you still have to show that faith. You have to be strong in faith. You know, and just check out the rest of this here. Verse 27, it say, wherefore now, manfully changing this life, I will show myself such a one as my age requireth.
How?
And leaving a notable example to such as be young, to die willingly.
To die who?
Willingly.
He said, I'll leave an example for the young ones.
No doubt.
For all my young gunners out here. Man, die willingly. Come on.
And courageous.
And who?
And courageous.
Come on.
For the honorable and holy law.
Ooh.
And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment.
On his own accord, he walked to the chopping block. Man. Immediately he got tormented. Because he told a man, die honorably and courageously for the laws of the Heavenly Father, man. I'm going to leave an example. I'm going to show you how to get this done. All right, come on, Hebrew.
It say, verse 29, they that led him, changing the good will, they bear him a little before into hatred, because the foresaid speeches proceeded as they thought from a desperate mind.
Yeah, I heard that. They said, boy, he must be crazy thinking like this. And when you be in spirit with the Most High and you speaking like this, the world gonna call you radical.
Yeah.
The world gonna call you crazy. Man, these niggas is crazy. They said they ready to die for this, man.
This nigga ain't gonna even eat it. It's just a bite of pork.
Yeah.
Ain't like you gotta just eat it right now. You gotta eat it tomorrow.
Come on, bro.
It say, but when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that had holy knowledge, that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in body by being beaten, but in soul am I well content to suffer these things.
He said, man, look, my body's in pain, but in soul, my spirit, my conscience is intact. You understand? I'll suffer for righteousness. I'll suffer for righteousness. That's what it is. Like all the righteous prophets and disciples of old. That's what's up. Go ahead, bro.
Because I fear him. And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a noble courage and a memorial of virtue. Virtue. Okay. It's old English. Virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation.
All his nation.
That's powerful.
Israelite nation. Let me see.
That's definitely powerful.
Well, express yourself, Obama.
That's definitely powerful though, because I mean, no doubt, we are focused on the young, but it is to all of our nation. You know what I'm saying? For everybody to get. But the young for sure, because they be the future. You know what I'm saying? They are the growth. We are to train the children up. We are to train the children up as they should go.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way we are to train the children. So no form of fashion where we just do things that would be deceivable to the minds of the young, and then those of our own. You know what I'm saying? To our own nation. You know.
This right here, we're gonna read the book of Judith out the Apocrypha. Remember, we was talking about the heathen that studied us, and they know if we violate the laws of our God, they'll forever rule over us. Right? This is the book of Judith, chapter 5. We're gonna read 6 through 21. Judith, chapter 5, 6 through 21. 6 through 21. Now, these are those outside of our nation attempting to conquer us, and they having a dialogue amongst themselves. All right, this is right before the 10 northern tribes got took down by the Assyrians, right? But they got to have dialogue about this people whom they're about to conquer. All right, let's read.
Judah chapter 5, verse 6. It says, these people are descended of the Chaldeans.
Yeah, ancient Samaria, Chaldea. That's the land Abraham came out of, Ur of Chaldea. You feel me? Same area where Babylon was, ancient Babylon, that Nimrod was king of, and the Tower of Babel and all that. So when they say we descend out of Chaldea, it's saying we descend from Abraham, who was a native of Chaldea. Yeah, Ur of Chaldea. You feel me? You also had Babylon, which was the capital of Chaldea, like DC is the capital of the United States. All right, Abraham was just from the city of Ur in Chaldea. All right, so we're saying these people descends from Chaldea because our forefather Abraham is from there. All right, ancient Sumeria, which was an ancient black race full of Hamites, Shemites, and Japhites. Come on, Hebrew.
And they sojourned heretofore in Mesopotamia.
Yeah, they left there and went to work in Mesopotamia. Come on.
Because they would not follow the gods of their fathers.
See, we wouldn't follow the gods of Chaldea. That's why Abraham was called about it there. You understand? When you get to the book of Joshua, he actually tore down his father's gods and was thrown into a fiery furnace. You dig? But he wasn't hurt. This was way before Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro. Way before them, who descend from Abraham. Yeah. Abraham was thrown in the fiery furnace first, according to the book of Joshua. I believe it's the 11th to 12th chapter is one of them. You understand? And because he had that faith we talking about, feel me? He had that fiery trial he went through. Most I say, get up out of there, and he did the work. All right, so that's what it means, Chaldea, and that we wouldn't serve the gods of Chaldea. We went into paganism. Right. Abraham served the one and only true God. Come on, Hebrew.
Which were in the land of Chaldea, for they left the way of their ancestors, and worshiped the God of the heaven.
The God of heaven. You see that? Come on.
The God of whom they knew. So they cast them out from the face of their God, and they fled into Mesopotamia, and sojourned there many days. Then their God commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned, and to go into the land of Canaan, where they dwelt, and were increased with gold and silver, and with very much cattle. But when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt and sojourned there, while they were nourished, and became there a great multitude, so that one could not number their nation.
See, now they know our history. Proof again. They showing how we went down into Egypt, became a great nation.
No doubt.
We went from Chaldea to Mesopotamia to the land of Canaan, famine in the land, time to go down into Egypt. There we become a great nation. You got to know the history of the Bible. You know exactly what happened. All the specifics. Come on now.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them.
Yeah.
And dealt
subtly with them.
Subtly with them. And brought them low, and labored in BRIT, and made them slaves. Then they cried unto their God, and he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues.
Yeah, you know about the 10 plagues of Egypt. He did the 10 plagues that went down. Right? We called him to the Most High and he got at them. Egypt ain't never recovered. It's a dust bowl to this day.
No.
Dust bowl. There's a few tourist attractions and all that. For the most part, it ain't popping like it was in the ancient time. All right, come on, Hebrew.
So the Egyptians cast them out of their sight, and God dried the Red Sea before them, and brought them to the Mount Sinai and Cade's barn, and cast forth all that dwelt in the wilderness.
Yeah.
So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all them of Eshban. And passing over Jordan, they possessed all the hill country.
See, it's not a mystery who you are, only to you. The nations know. You go out to the Arabs, they know who you are. You go there and tell them you Jacob, you Israel. You understand? You Isaac, man, they already know what the deal is. They be like, yeah, okay. You tell them you from the tribe of Judah, say I'm Yahudah. They be like, oh, yes, we know. Yeah, I know you know. See, this right here proves the nations that studied us, man.
Okay.
These ain't Israelites talking right here. These are two nations having a dialogue about conquering us. So before you can conquer people, you must study them. You must know who they are. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
And they cast forth before them the Canaanite and the Perizzite, and the Jebusite,
go ahead, Hebrew.
and the Shemite, and all the Gergesites,
right?
And they dwelt in the country many days. And while they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that they hated iniquity, was with them.
See, so while they didn't go against their God, they prospered, because the God that hated iniquity was with them. You see that? Most High God was with them. They prospered because they kept the charge and order of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
That's a simple math. And look, even your enemies know that. If they keep the commands, we can't do nothing with them. What verse you in?
Verse 18.
Yeah.
But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed.
They were who?
They were destroyed.
When we go against the Most High, we become or get destroyed out here.
In many battles.
And many who?
In many battles, very sore. And were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground. And their cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their God.
Right.
And they are up from the place where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
This will be their ruin. If it's error or iniquity in his people, they going down. Right? Come on.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
He said, but look, in order for them to know if it's iniquity in us, they got to observe us and study us. Right? How they got us trapped within these city blocks and all that. They know you, look, you ain't doing nothing but rebelling. You putting it all on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. It's all on social media. You still rebelling against your God. Huh? He said, if that's the case, we can take it. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
if they not going against their God, go ahead.
Let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them.
He say, if there is no iniquity in them, you better keep it moving. Better keep it moving. If they ain't going against their God, you better keep it moving. Because it's like you're going to be fighting with God. You understand? So this is another nation telling the king, like, look, if they ain't going against the Most High, your best bet is to keep that moving. ASAP.
No doubt. No doubt.
All right, where you at, Hebrew? Where's that verse at?
Verse 21.
You done with 21?
It says,
oh, go ahead.
Lest the Lord will defend them, and their God be for them. and we become a reproach before all the world.
And we become
That's
a who?
Become a reproach before
He said,
all
look,
the
if they
world.
guy with them, boy, we're going to become a reproach. We're going to get handled out here. I wanted to show that because it shows that the heathens have studied you. They know your likes, your dislikes, and they like, look, we put up a situation to keep them going against their God and will forever rule over. You dig? But if they be returned back to the Heavenly Father, ain't nothing you can do with them. You're gonna be fighting against God because they God gonna fight for them. That's powerful, man.
Definitely powerful, man. But they know your history though. You know what I'm saying? They ran back history all the way through Abraham's time when he started from Abraham all the way out of Chaldean down into Egypt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And into lands of our enemies. You know what I'm saying? So the understanding is there. The power of the Most High is there also. You know what I'm saying? For us to understand. You know, and then you look at the youth for the things that was understood by Eleazar. The reason why he would not do it for the youth's sake is the fact that through the understanding and without the iniquity, without the sin, through the good faith, and us pushing towards that, the Most High is backing us, and every other nation has a problem. You know what I'm saying? We cannot deal with them if their God is working with them. You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's what he's saying. It's over for you. We'll become a reproach unto the world. Because what? We're going to get handled by the few. We will get handled if that God is dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? That there, the heathen do know.
Shout out to brother Jacob Israel, man. Jake on the chat, man. Talking about these heathens and they deodorant for they underarm. And shout out to the elder, man. He been laboring 36 years. You dig? Most High definitely kept him. May he continue to keep the elder.
Oh yeah, all praise.
Yeah.
Shout out to that Hebrew.
Yeah.
Shalom,
Yeah.
brother Jacob.
Jake know what it is, man. You dig? That's one of our bros. One of our elders.
Yeah.
He already know what it is. He got a squad, a platoon of young soldiers around her, boy, that beat her at the drop of a dime at that phone ring. Like, what? We on our way. What you talking? Most High be with you. I see you stealing some of Mr. Charlie's time. Jake, you got to be on the plantation, boy. I know you at work. It's all good, bro. I mean, the Most High be with you. Let's do a couple more before we get out of here. I want to do Let's get into that, and then we'll do if we got time, we'll end it with the mother and seven sons, or I might go to nah, let's do the Hebrews 11, and we'll jump back to it if we got to. Hebrews the 11th chapter. Remember, we talking about work. We talking about fiery trial and the faith. A lot of people claim they got faith. As a matter of fact, when you hit that, do Romans 3, 30 and 31 for it.
That's cool, you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, for sure you got to know what faith is for sure to say you even have faith.
Yeah.
Like, what is faith? To say that you got it. And then what do you have faith in? It's some things that needs to be understood. You know what I'm saying? Because look, the Most High say, listen, I'd rather you be hot or cold. Your choice is chosen. You know what I'm saying? You either be this way and have your faith towards it. You're either wicked and have wicked faith, or you're righteous and have righteous faith. Whichever the such, be that. Hot or either cold. Don't even be lukewarm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That don't even show faith at all. But either if you that, then you get swallowed up anyway. You know what I'm saying? So choose one. Which one do you choose?
Life or death, huh?
Life or death. Everlasting life or everlasting damnation. Which one do you want? You know what I'm saying? The free will is yours. But what is your faith towards, though? You know what I'm saying? Wherever your faith is at, you will find your works. Because your works are your faith is followed, or your works is followed by faith. You know what I'm saying? You will have the faith, and then your works will come by the things that you believe. You believe it to be so, your works is going to be there. My TV work. What you going to do? You're going to get up and cut it on. Nobody press the power button on the TV that don't work.
Right.
You don't have the faith that it's going to come on. It ain't coming on. You don't have the belief there. So you're not going to press the power button on that. It ain't going down. Actuality is going to the trash. Because it's no good. No doubt. What you say? That Romans 3?
Yeah, 30 and 31.
Romans chapter 3, verse 30. It says, see, it is one God, which shall justify the circumcision by faith.
Yeah.
And uncircumcision through faith.
Come on.
Do we then make void the law through faith? Question. God forbid.
That mean no, because you got faith don't mean you void out the law of God. God forbid. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We establish the law.
Establish means to set up a foundation, showing you that the foundation is the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Because you got faith, you establish the law. That's the work. Faith without works is dead. Oh wait, somebody been lying. Somebody lying. Huh?
No, I ain't from Cali. I'm straight from the Lou, though.
We're barred from the ST Hell, man.
Straight up.
Cali. Well, you must sound proper when you read there.
Some type of
Hair.
dialect count.
Care. Nah, that Hebrew straight out the muddy waters.
Straight up.
He's straight from the muddy Mississippi.
The brick pits of the Lou.
All right,
Hey, but check it out. There's some
go ahead.
more work, though, where he say we establish the law. You know what I'm saying? Do we then make void the law through faith? It's a question. You know what I'm saying? So having the faith is not that without the works, because the establishment of the law comes with the faith. You know what I'm saying? That's the work behind the faith. You know what I'm saying? It's a work that has to be done through the faith that you have. What is their work?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get this done, man. We're gonna go to Hebrews 11. I got some in the Apocrypha. I want to hit two by Abraham and them, Sirach 44. About let us praise famous men while the heathens had a memorial day about all they fallen soldiers. Man, we got a long list of soldiers that was putting in work for the Most High, man. Long list.
That was that Judith chapter 5. Whoever the sister is, Micah Hodge.
That's Micah.
That's
little Micah.
Oh, that is the bro Micah. Okay,
yeah,
okay. I'm looking at the little baby on there. Oh, little baby on that deal.
Yeah, that's little Micah. That's Judith chapter 5, Micah, bro. Verse 6 through 21. The book of Judith out the Apocrypha, chapter 5, verse 6 to 21. You dig? That's what that is. Yeah, that's young Micah. That's one of our young bros.
Okay. All right, hey, bro.
All right, so let's do this. Hebrews 11. That's a good one. Hebrews 11, kind of long. We're gonna get into it. And I got Sirach 44. I guess we can end with the mother and seven sons and get on to it. All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
All praise.
Long live the King.
It's Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1.
Yeah.
It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
So hope for a substance, but evidence of things you can't see. You say, that sounds lunatic. That sounds like lunacy. How do you believe in something you can't see? Right? Most y'all on Wi-Fi right now. What does Wi-Fi look like? You ever seen Wi-Fi? Huh? Kind of code you work? Kind of car does Wi-Fi drive? Huh? The point being, there's a lot of things that you believe in that you can't see. You never cracked your chest open and looked at your heart. You never cracked your head open and looked at your brain. But you believe it's there. You dig? You believe in a lot of things that you can't see. A lot of you atheists, Negroes, believe in evolution, but you ain't never seen one species change from a monkey to a human ever in your life.
Not at all.
So let's kill the funny talking about how do you believe in something you can't see? You believe in a lot of things that you can't see.
Yeah, you believe in wind blowing.
Yeah, smack you all upside your face.
You call it wind. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't never seen it a day in your life.
You believe in gravity. Ain't never seen gravity. What does gravity look like? How heavy is it? Where does it live at? So the hope for things, and then to say the evidence of things not seen. Hope for substance and evidence of things that you can't see. Faith, belief. Right? Blessed is he that believes and have not seen. Wow, come on.
For by it the elders obtained a good report.
The elders, all the elders that came, the patriarchs, the brothers that came before us, the sisters too, they obtained a good report from the Most High because they really believed in it. It wasn't situational belief like the rich young ruler lip fumbling when the Messiah told him sell his riches and come on. They really believed it, man. Who against hope believed in hope. Come on, now.
It says, through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yah. So that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear.
Y'all heard that? Because look, you would have to. You believe the sun was made. You believe the moon was made. You believe the stars was made, but you didn't see it being made. Huh? So you believe in the creation, but didn't see the creation. That means you got faith. How do you believe that the sun was created, but you didn't see it? But then turn around and tell somebody, you can't believe that. You didn't see it, but you believe the sun was created. Huh? But you didn't see it. Even if you said it was a Big Bang theory, you wasn't there to see it, but you believe it. Come on, Hebrew. Everything is about belief. No matter what you involved in life, you got to believe it to be good at it. Period. Go ahead, Hebrew.
By faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain.
Yeah.
By which he obtained witness that he was righteous. Yah testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaking.
See, because Abel really believed what the Most High commanded him, he brought a proper sacrifice to the Most High. You feel me? Based off what we just read, that means Cain brought his scraps to the Most High. You feel me? Not his choice pickings. He brought scraps to the Most High. You dig? And for that, his brother murdered him behind it. But by faith, he brought a better sacrifice than him because he really believed in his creator. Come on, now.
By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death.
Yeah.
And was not found because Yah had translated him.
Meaning took him from this fleshly realm to a spiritual realm. He Enocked him. You understand? Took him out this carnal body and gave him a spiritual body. Come on, Hebrew.
For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased Yah.
So you see the faith and you see the work behind it. By faith, Abel offered a better sacrifice because he believed he had work to follow. By faith, Enoch was translated, and before he was translated, he pleased the Most High. That means whatever he was doing pleased him. He was keeping the commands of the Heavenly Father. All right, come on, Hebrew.
But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
If you don't believe the Most High, it's impossible. You understand? And remember, always keep in mind, faith without works is dead. So if you don't got works, you ain't got faith. So without faith, you understand, that's backed by the word, you can't please the Most High. It's impossible. Come on, Hebrew.
For he that cometh to Yah must believe that he is.
He must believe that he is. First, you must believe that he is, meaning he exists. Yahweh. He is, was, and will be. You must first believe that he is. Come on now.
And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
And he's a rewarder of those that constantly seek him. You understand? You got to believe first that he exists, that he is who he is, he was, is, and shall be, and that he'll reward you because you're constantly and diligently seeking him. Come on now.
By faith, Noah, being warned of Yah of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house.
You see that? So because he believed in what the Most High said, there was a work that followed. Because Noah believed, he prepared for destruction. Y'all see that? Faith without works is dead. You won't read through this book of faith in Hebrews 11 without seeing a work backing up their belief.
No doubt.
Most High commanded them to prepare for destruction, to build an ark. He did it to the letter. Faith without works is dead. Go ahead, Op.
By the which he condemned the world and became heirs of the righteousness which is by faith. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went.
Not trip off there. He was called about his country and his city. So I say, look, get up out of here. That's like you leaving the United States of America and whatever city you in and going to dwell in Iran somewhere, North Korea. You see that? Said by faith, Most High called him and he acted on it. Most I say, get up out of there, and he kept the order and kept the charge. Faith without works is dead. Abraham could have sat back and said, I believe the Most High, but when the Most High told him leave, he didn't leave. He had never been called a friend of the Most High. We would never be here. You feel me? You can't have situational, convenient faith. It's even when you're being inconvenienced, you're supposed to be believing in the Most High. And the work that you do should back up the belief you claim you have.
No doubt. No doubt.
Abraham had to go through his fiery trials, man. You understand? Against hope, believed in hope. But when the creator of heaven and earth told him leave his city, leave his father's house, leave his country, he didn't flinch. He ain't bat an eye at it. I'm out of here. What you do?
Hey, what does Hebrew say? You can't see funk, but when you get a whiff, it's all over.
That's a good one. You know I'm still in that one. Well, you can't see that fart when it come out. That visible gas. Daniel Simon called it visible gas. Yeah. You can't see funk, but when it come out, boy, guess what? You know somebody farted. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Verse 9. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise.
Not sure about that. He living in hostile territory as an illegal alien according to man. And he living with his son and his grandson in tabernacles. You understand? In the land that the Most High promised him. You understand? Not sure about his mindset while he was there. Go ahead.
For he looked for a city which had foundations, whose builder and maker is Yah.
He lived in the land of promise as a stranger with his son and his grandson and all his family. You understand? With his children, not just his one son, his sons, daughters, and grandsons, and all that, right? And to say his whole mindset since God called him out of there, well, and promised him something, Abraham's mindset was what? Where the city God built that. Abraham was living in the land of promise, looking for the kingdom of heaven. That's what he was looking for. You understand? Left everything that he knew, left his comfort zone. And say, you know what? The Most High creator of heaven and earth called me about her where I'm looking for the city he built. You feel me? And that city that the Most High built is what we will inherit if we are faithful and endure. But he thousands of years ago looking for it. You talking about faith, man? You talking about faith? His whole tribe could have been ran through and killed. Wife could have been snatched when he went down to Egypt. You understand? You talking faith? You better watch all that bragging. I heard church folks today say it all the time. I got the faith of Abraham. We'll see. You might want to be quiet with all that. Because Abraham was tried and tested and passed every test. Where the city God built that. He was looking for the kingdom, man. Living with his tribe in hostile territory. Let's read.
Through faith also, Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed and was delivered a child when she was past age because she judged him faithful who had promised.
See? Now we talking about a matriarch, Sarah. Through faith, she got power and strength to conceive seed because she was barren. But she judged him faithful. The promise came, I believe that. And that's how it got to be. The Most High promised us something, man. Believe that. Don't flinch at it. Don't, you know what I'm saying, start doubting or wavering in your faith because a naysaying uncle, auntie, or cousin start joining. So what? If it's promised, it's coming. He promised slavery to us because we went against him. Did that not come to pass? To the letter. Your worrying still getting kicked up past your shoulder blades by this devil. So if he promised slavery and it came, you understand? But he promised redemption as well. You dig? If he promised that, you best believe, man, you can take that to the bank. It's coming. Let's read.
Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable. These all died in faith.
These are what?
Died in faith.
Uh-huh.
Not having received the promise.
Look at that. And the promise is the kingdom. That ain't even came yet. But our forefathers shut their eyes. Our forefathers and our foremothers shut their eyes believing in the Most High. And they will be rewarded in that day. You see? They will be rewarded in that day, man. All praise. Jump down, though. Jump down to like verse the end of 13. And jump on down to verse gonna go into the persecution. Bang, 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 bang. 32. 32, read on out.
Verse 32?
Yeah. Y'all read that whole chapter when y'all get a chance, man. Powerful chapter. But you'll see the faith or the belief and the work that follow it, even through a fiery trial. You'll see it. That's powerful, man. You feel me? And our forefathers and mothers closed their eyes believing in the Most High, man. You want to talk about Black History Month? Ain't none of y'all talking about Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Christ, huh? Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel. How y'all talking about Black History Month and ain't brought up the prophets?
Man, how do you do that?
How y'all talking about Black History Month and these little Negroes don't know they Israel? He is a prince of God. Like, what is all this about? Y'all talking Black History Month, but ain't everybody brought up the Bible. Samson, the strongest man ever, who had 7 locks in his hair. Look at this Hebrew right here. Y'all see that? It tell you right there in the book of Judges, the 13th chapter. Samson had, his hair was so locked up, it grew into 7 locks. You know them today as dreadlocks. They're called locks, though. Judges 13, I believe it is, verse 16. These was not white men out of Europe.
Right.
Israel is Northeast Africa. It's right next to Egypt. How you talking Black history about the prophets, not Nam disciple, not Nam apostle? Huh? You ain't even brought up the description of Christ in the Bible that described him as a dark-skinned man with woolly hair. You want to bring up Booker T. Washington.
No doubt.
And W.B. Du Bois.
But that is what they call Black history. That's when you started calling yourselves Black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not a color of a crayon. Find it in a crayon box. We don't use that color to color in our color people. We use a different color.
You're going to use a brown
color. You know what I'm saying? You're not using black. So when they give you this and call it Black history, they're giving you the deception. These are all those men who did these things under the deception of black men. No, they need to give us Israelite history because we Israel. So give us Israelite history instead of Black history. We're not black people at all.
Give these people an identity, man.
No doubt.
These Negroes running around here thinking they Bloods, Crips, Masons, Muslims, Episcopalians, Seventh-day Adventists, atheists, Mormons. Man, it's ridiculous. There ain't another group of people on the planet that have so many identities, man.
No doubt.
It's comical. All right, where we at?
With this verse 32.
Yeah.
It's saying, and what shall I more say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon and of Barak.
That's right.
And of Samson.
Yeah.
And of Jephthah.
He was look, and his mama was a harlot. They used a Joan on him. Yo, mama, mattress back. Nah. But when it got real, they had to go to him to deliver Israel. That's in Judges the 11th chapter. That brother was a stand-up brother. He was so stand-up that he vowed to the Most High that if you deliver me, you feel me? Whoever I see first when I get back from this, you feel me? I give to you as an offering to dedicate to you. And this little baby girl came out of there. And he ain't renege on his vow, man. He didn't even renege. Jephthah, y'all look him up, Judges the 11th chapter. They used a Joan on him because his mama was mattress back. You dig? But the Most High still dealt with him and used him to raise up and spur Israel in the time of trouble. Because he had faith, he had full belief. Go ahead,
Of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets.
Yeah.
The more examples of brothers with faith.
That's right.
You know, with that works had followed their faith.
That's right. What else to say,
That's it. That's all that there.
No,
33. Okay. It's a who through faith subdued kingdoms.
Who through faith and belief dropped kingdoms like Jericho.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Wrought righteousness obtained promises. Stop the mouths of lions.
Daniel in the lion's den. David killed a lion and a bird before he killed Goliath. Belief. Go ahead.
Quench the violence of fire.
Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro went through that fiery flame and wasn't touched. Didn't come out smelling like barbecue smoke at all.
At all.
Huh? Even Abraham in the book of Joshua escaped the fiery flame.
No doubt.
Go ahead.
Escaped the edge of the sword.
Yeah, come on.
Out of the weakness were made strong. Waxed valiant.
Yeah.
In fight.
Yeah, were very courageous when it came to the war. We come from a long list of warriors, Hebrew warriors. Go ahead.
Turn to flight the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life again. The others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourging. Moreover, of bonds and imprisonment. They were stoned.
They were what?
They were stoned.
Paul was stoned. Stephen was stoned. Go ahead.
They were sawn asunder.
Isaiah. Y'all read the ascension of Isaiah. Our people hated him so bad, they threw him in a log and sawed him in half because they didn't want to hear the word. Go ahead.
Were tempted. Were slain with the sword.
Were slain by the sword. Come on.
Were wandered about in sheepskins and goat skins.
Yeah.
Being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy.
You hear what the scriptures say? The word was not worthy of these stand-up brothers and sisters, man. The world ain't even worthy of them, man. Their faith is out of this world. You understand? They still was mocked, tortured, and all that. Like we read about Eleazar. Come on, Hebrew.
Hey, but look at the things they had to go through, though. No matter what, you see things that they were going through. And it's something for us, or these are examples for us to see inside this time right now. Because we go through situations. And inside these situations, some people tend to lose faith. You know what I'm saying? But you see these stand-up brothers here, they stayed with their faith throughout these fiery trials. You know what I'm saying? Say, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and caves of the earth.
Wow.
And these all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise.
You see that? Meaning they haven't received the kingdom as of yet. They shut their eyes believing. Feel me? Now you think about that when you start running out of patience. How long is it gonna take for the Most High to answer? You think about that when you start mumble mouth. We got many that had strong faith that closed their eyes and never received the promise. As of yet. Go ahead.
It says, Yahweh, having provided some better things for us, that they without us should not be made perfect.
Not be made who?
Perfect.
All right, we're going to go back to the Apocrypha real quick. We're going to close it out. We're going to do Sirach 44, then we're going to do 2 Maccabees chapter 7. Sirach 44. Which one is right here? Yeah, let us now praise famous men. These are about some of the same men we just read about. Men and women. You understand? That got their ink. They got their ink, man. Meaning that the work that they did and followed them because you're reading about it. What they gonna say about you when you go? Like I say in Ecclesiastes, the day of one's death is better than the day of one's birth. The end of a matter is better than the beginning of it. You see? And what they gonna say about you? Oh, he was compromised and he really ain't stand up for nothing. You feel me? Or nah, that brother was ride or die for the Most High. That's what it was about. Right? And you got to guard your good name, man. You got to guard that to the casket. Pass them tests. All right? All right, let's get it, bro.
What's this? Ecclesiastes, verse
44
chapter 44, verse 1. Say, let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us. Say, the Lord hath wrought great glory by them. through his great power from the beginning, such as did bear rule in their kingdom, men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding.
Yeah, so we going into, you want to talk about a Memorial Day, we need to read about our forefathers. True memorial. Somebody to go. True memorial. Come on, Hebrew.
And declaring prophecies. Leaders of the people.
Hello. Shalom. Shalom.
Hey. Leaders of the people by their counsels and by their knowledge of learning meet for the people, wise and eloquent in their instructions, such as found out musical tones and recited verses in writing. Rich men furnished with abilities, living peaceably in their habitation. All these were honored in their generations and were the glory of their time. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praise might be reported. And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them. But these were merciful men, whose righteousness had not been forgotten.
That's right. See that? Righteousness don't be forgotten, man. To this day, all these brothers' names ring bells out here. You can't say Abraham in any country without somebody knowing who you're talking about. Noah, Isaac, Jacob. You understand? That's because righteousness is immortal. It's immortal. That's what it want to be when you lay it down. You don't want somebody to be like, man, he was just compromising. He didn't really believe what it was. You did. You let your name be remembered. Let your name ring bells from centuries to come. All right, millenniums to come. But these men lived thousands of years ago. Let's read, Doc.
It said, with their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance.
Yeah, because righteousness is immortal. Go ahead, Doc.
And their children are with the covenant. Their seed stands fast, and their children for their sakes. Their seed shall remain forever, and their glory shall not be blotted out. Their bodies are buried in peace, but their name liveth forevermore.
Come on.
The people will tell of their wisdom, and the congregation will show forth their praise. Enoch pleased the Lord.
Enoch who?
Pleased the Lord.
We read about him in chapter 11 of Hebrews.
No doubt.
Now we bringing him back up. Enoch of Kanuk. He pleased Yodeh. He pleased Yahweh. Go ahead, Doc.
And was translated, being an example of repentance.
So he believed, he pleased the Most High, and was translated because what he believed, he had to work to follow. He had to work to follow his faith or his belief. The Most High translated him and took him about this fleshly suit and gave him back his eternal spiritual suit, spiritual body. All right? And made him immortal, in other words. Go ahead, Doc.
Being an example of repentance to all generations. Noah was found perfect and righteous in the time of wrath.
Noah was found perfect and righteous. See that? Come on, Hebrew.
He was taken in exchange for the world. Therefore was he left as a remnant unto the earth when the flood came. An everlasting covenant was made with him, that all flesh should perish no more by flood. Abraham was a great father of many people.
Abraham, our forefather, right? You know them our forefathers because they followed the divine line from Adam, Seth on in, right? Abraham, right? Abraham, go ahead.
In glory, was there none like unto him?
None like unto him in glory. Go ahead.
Who kept the law of the Most High.
Abraham kept the law of the Most High before Moses was even born. What Moses got was a schoolmaster. It was a reteaching to a nation who had been exiled. They had to be retaught the ways of the Most High. That's why one of the commands say, remember the Sabbath day. How do you remember something that you never was taught? Because the Sabbath day go back to Genesis, the 2nd chapter. You feel me? Abraham wasn't just a man of faith. The work that he did was the commandment of the Most High. All right, who kept the what of the Most High? What is it?
The law of the Most High.
Kept the law of the Most High. Come on.
He said he kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh.
Hey, you say the same thing in Genesis 26, verse 4 and 5. Abraham kept the commandments, laws, statutes, and ordinances of the Most High. Feel me? That's what the Most High told Isaac. Your father was down with me. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
And when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth.
Do you see that? And this is before he even had one child.
Yeah.
He's an old man without one child. The Most High say, as the dust of the earth and as the stars of heaven. Abraham believed it. You feel me? You look up today, and there's Israelites everywhere. Yeah. Most High kept his promise to the letter. You see that? Why wouldn't he do that with us? Come on, Doc.
And exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from river unto the utmost part of the land. With Isaac did he establish likewise, for Abraham his father's sake, the blessing of all men and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing.
That's right.
And gave him inheritance, and divided his portions among the 12 tribes. Did he part them?
See, so right there, we praise famous men. And all these men were men of great faith who kept the command of the Most High, like it just said about Abraham. You see that? So what you doing, your faith is very precious, man. The bigger the faith, the bigger the miracles. I need Romans 4 real quick, 19 to 22, I believe it is. Romans 4.
And it's good to read about these brothers that had these faiths, so you can see the works that these brothers put in and the fiery trials that they went through. And it gives us some faith to understand that through these trial trials that we go through in this world that we're living in, through good faith, we can overcome these trials. You know what I'm saying? And still be found faithful.
Romans 4, yeah, 17, 20, 22. Romans chapter 4, 17, 22.
In Romans chapter 4, verse 17, it said, as it is written, I have made thee a father of many nations.
Straight up. Straight up. Abraham, look, that was given to Abraham when he was uncircumcised. He wasn't even circumcised yet. The Most High was keeping covenant with him. He was circumcised in spirit in his heart because he had the faith and belief. But he wasn't even physically circumcised yet. You understand? And the Most High was making covenants with him. Go ahead, Doc.
Right. Before him whom he believed, even Yah, who quickeneth the dead, and calleth those things which be not as though they were.
Yeah.
Who against hope believed in hope.
Who against hope believed in hope. Y'all hear that? When it wasn't looking good from a carnal perspective. When it was looking like, oh, just give on up. From a perspective like that, when it wasn't looking good, who against hope believed in hope, man. Just because it looked bad or didn't look good to him or good to those around him from a carnal perspective, Abraham never wavered in his faith. He believed, man. You understand? No matter what trial he went through, he believed. You understand? And had to work to show his belief. Come on, now.
That he might become the father of many nations, according to that which was spoken. So shall thy seed be. And being not weak in faith.
Being not what?
Weak in faith.
He wasn't weak in belief. He wasn't weak in belief. No matter what he went through, no matter if everybody around him was doubting. Being not weak in faith, go ahead, Doc.
He considered not his own body now dead, when he was about 100 years old.
Yeah.
Neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb.
Because we talking about a son had to be born. He said, being not weak in faith. Somebody told you you and your rib gonna have a child, you gonna be 100, she gonna be 90. Huh? Oh, today you be like, oh, I don't know. She done went through menopause, you know, I got a saggy back.
Especially after years of getting it in and there ain't nothing happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go through so many years and you've been getting it in. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a commandment. Be fruitful and multiply.
And he got other children.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
He had concubines and all this. So he having children.
No doubt.
He done had Ishmael. New Genesis 25, it say Abraham had more than one concubine. He had concubines. Genesis 25, like 1 through 5. You feel me? Having a few ribs doing his life or whatever. But it say the promise was coming through Sarah.
No doubt.
And out of her shall kings rule. The kings came through Sarah. Abraham through Sarah. Then Isaac. You understand? Even though Abraham had other children, that don't make them kings. Kings, nations of kings came out of Sarah, his wife. All right?
Verse 20.
Yeah.
He staggered not at the promise of Yah.
Meaning he didn't doubt what the Most High promised him. He didn't doubt. Come on now.
Through unbelief.
Through who?
Through unbelief.
Right.
But was strong in faith.
Strong in faith. Come on.
Giving glory unto Yah.
Yeah.
And being fully persuaded that what he was promised, he was able also to perform.
So now you know what faith means. It means to have a strong belief or to be fully persuaded.
No doubt.
Fully persuaded in the promise. That's what faith means, man. When if you fully persuaded about something, no matter what doubt creep in, you be like, man, get that up out of here. I fully believe. He didn't stagger at the promise. What verse you in?
Verse 22.
Go ahead.
Saying, therefore it was imputed to him for righteousness. Now it was not written for his sake alone, that it was imputed to him, but for us also, to whom it shall be imputed. If we believe on him that raised up Yahushua, our Lord, from the dead.
You see the belief?
No doubt.
See the belief. If you believe, see that faith that Abraham had, the covenant God made with him, it wasn't just to him, it's for every one of us of his promised seed that believe. If you believe that, then the Most High deal with you the same way. You understand? But with that belief comes a work and comes a fiery trial. Today, you start making excuses. I'm tired. I got a paper cut. Don't nobody like me no more. I done got blocked off Facebook. You got all type of excuses for why you don't want to get down with the Most High. You understand? These men put their life on the line for it, man. And had it not went down, you wouldn't even have what's called a Bible to read. Finish that off, Ox, so we can close up.
Verse 25 say, who was delivered for our offenses, and was raised again for our justification.
Yeah, speaking about the Messiah. You understand? So we're going to close out with that. When y'all get a chance, read 2 Maccabees chapter 7, or we might pick that back up next week and go further into it. That's about the mother and 7 sons. Shout out to the mother and 7 sons who we know, the sisters that make all our shirts and our garments, and you know what I'm saying? The work is not in vain. Sister Angie, much love to you. You dig? We up here getting it in. Barbershop, chop shop, going over these scriptures. How you doing, brother?
I'm Officer Matthews.
Officer Matthew. I'm Soldier Malachi Maccabee. Out of 12 tribes of Israel. How you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
In Israel.
Officer Matthews.
Okay, that's what's up.
Just checking on you guys. How you doing?
We good. You're going on a few. We live right now. We're going on a few scriptures. The Worldwide Assembly. Come on, you can come on over and say shalom to your family, man.
Shalom.
Yeah, shalom. It's Officer Matthews, brother. Who you work for? The North County Co-op.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all good, brother. Okay. But yeah, we about to close out. All praises, glory, and honor to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Brother Azor just came through the door. How you doing, my brother? Y'all good? Honor and glory of his only begotten beloved son, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Another barbershop or really a Monday morning quarterback. We at the barbershop.
Shalom.
Brother Azor, Hebrew in the building.
Shalom, family.
Shalom to the Worldwide Assembly. Commandment keepers scattered abroad, commandment keepers in faith of the Holy Messiah. Y'all be safe. Y'all pray for us as we continue to pray for y'all, man. And keep the faith. Don't lose your crown. Strap up a backup. That's what
Boy,
they say.
that Hebrew Jake, boy.
What he say? What he say, man? What he say?
I'll let you know.
All right,
Hebrew Jake is so man.
Jake,
Shalom, Hebrew.
Shalom, man. You know, hey, bro, you know we don't skip no beats now, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it don't matter who can come up in here. You get this script.
You leave out there.
Yeah, it's all good. We got something to say?
No, I was just reflecting off the Hebrew Jake, but like, that's what it is, though,
Jake
bro.
on, man.
Hebrew Jake say, the reef.
Hey, man, what is you on, man? Hey, man, y'all don't be listening to Jacob, man. Jacob is crazy. If y'all ain't figured out by now, the elder be joning like a mud, man.
Boy, that's my brother.
You know what I'm saying? Jay crazy.
Ain't got no love for police.
Hey, but y'all know he done got this script.
Yeah.
Come on with it.
Hey, when he heard that script, he fleed out of here.
Yeah. Tell your people shalom.
We got you on camera too, bro. Get on this camera and show the world why. He was like, yeah, I'm out of here, bro. Shalom.
But hey, may the Most High be with you and your families, man. Guard your mind, guard your tongue, guard your hands, and may everything you do be increased in the name of the Most High, His only begotten Son.
Shalom.
Shalom, Yahoo.
Yahoo.